servant king. If you look them up in the 9 fruits of the Spirit, I think the dictionary should define love as Jesus. I think if you look up joy, it should say Jesus. I think if you look up peace, it should say Jesus. If you look up patience, it should say Jesus. If you look up kindness and goodness, it should say Jesus. If you look up faithfulness, it should say Jesus. If you look up gentleness, it should say Jesus. And if you look up self-control, it should say Jesus. His character and heart is the pinnacle of our existence on earth. We live to be like him. If we are to conform to his image and his likeness, guess what we should be? A servant. He humbled himself. He humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even death on a cross. This is why we need to be continually in our word, renewing our mind, because humility is nowhere to be found. You want to know what the media says right now? The media says when you turn on a song, me, my career, my dreams, my goals. But that's not the language of humility. I will boast only about my weaknesses. If I wanted to boast, I would be no fool in doing so, because I would be telling the truth. But I won't do it, because I don't want anyone to give me credit beyond what they can see in my life or hear in my message. When somebody knows that they are unworthy, he elevates them. For the Bible says, those that exalt themselves, he will humble. And those that humble themselves, he will exalt. Do you know what exalt means? He'll lift you on high. He'll strengthen you. He'll make you powerful. But if you exalt yourself, he will humble you. But if you walk in humility, he will exalt you. Are we learning tonight? Vanessa, I don't know what to do with my life. Vanessa, I don't know what college I should go to. You know what? Just be like Jesus first. Just seek the kingdom first above all things, and then everything else will be added unto you. If God has a call in your life, he's going to make sure that you fulfill it. Because there's nobody else that can fill the call on your life besides yourself. And so he'll humble you in whatever way necessary to make sure that you fulfill that calling. Fasting incorporated in your life. You can see here in the Old Testament, King Ahab, he was a king. He was the leader of Israel. He was supposed to set the example, but he worshipped idols. He was a murderer, and he was passive, wicked king. But yet he can fast. Yet he can fast and go about deeply in mourning. And yet the mercy of God rested upon him. Not completely. His dynasty was cut off. I would cut it off too if I was God. I probably wouldn't. I would have been like, oh, now you're in sackcloth, huh? Too bad. But I'm not God. And that's why he's God, because I know he's a better judge than any one of us. If Jesus Christ did not come to be served, then what was his mission here on earth? To serve, and how did he do that? What happened when he died on the cross? He freed us.